Hey guys, welcome to LawnCareMadeEasy.com. I'm Zach Stroud. Today we're going to talk about 5 shovels that you need. So when we come back, I'm going to go over each and every one of them. Okay guys, some of these I've used for a long time and some of these are brand new. Usually when I see a sale, I'll go ahead and grab some shovels. But like I said, some of these I've been using for a long time, and this is one that I've had that is pretty new. I've only probably used it about twice. This is a garden spade. I have 2 of these, but they're not the same. So I'm gonna go over this one first. You can see right here in the garden spade, this is a perfect tool for if you're using it to make out beds, or if you would need to cut sod or anything like that. This edge right here, you can see that it's kind of curved. That'll give you a perfect cut for if you're going around curves in a garden bed. It gives you a good edge right here for your foot, so you can get a lot more power when you're digging down. And then you have this D handle at the top, and what you can do, what this helps you do, is turn. You can use more of your bicep to turn this, to flip over soil, for transplanting or anything like that. This one right here has more of a fiberglass top to it, going into this plastic D handle. Now, you can't run over this, you can't damage this, and if you leave it out in the weather, it will start to dry rot. So you want to make sure you keep this out of the weather and dry. Now the other one I have now, as you can tell, I use this one all the time. I got this off Amazon. It's all steel, one piece of steel all the way down, and it has a nice little cushion right there for me to dig into. This is really a good tool to have. You can tell the difference between these two, where that one, the Corona, is more curved. This one's a straight edge. I use this all the time in cutting sod, but you can see it's not as wide, and when you're going around corners, it's kind of hard to get a good curve out of it. So if I'm gonna cut sod and I want to do that curve, I usually use the other one. If I want to maybe plant some bulbs or something, I'll make the bed with the Corona. But this one I've used with sod a ton. So that's a nice tool to have. Okay guys, so the next one I want to talk about is it's more of a rounded top shovel. This one has the D handle. Also the shovel blade itself is a little bit wider, and this is a perfect one for if you're going to transplant. You have a little bit more control of it because you can pop up back here. Usually with that longer handle, round tip shovel, you don't have as much control as you're leaning back, but this one will give you more control because you have your hand using that, okay, instead of your arm and everything. So you get a little bit more control with this one, and you can dig a lot easier with it. It's easier to get in the ground, a lot easier. You can use your arms to get there, okay. And you want to make sure when you're buying these that you get a good steel, okay, or good metal that's at least about 16 gauge, 12 to 16 gauge. Anything other than that, you're going to risk it bending. Now this is wood here, and it leads into a D handle as well. Again, you want to keep this out of the weather because this will start to rot, because this is wood, okay, and it's not stained or anything like that. So if you have one of these, if you're using fiberglass or wood, you want to make sure you keep them out of the weather. And like I said, you want to get probably about a 12 to 16 gauge, 15 gauge steel heads on them, or blades. Okay guys, so the next one I want to show you, and you can tell how long I've had this one. This is a great tool. I use it a lot in my landscaping, and this is basically kind of like a drainage shovel, okay. It's a spade, but it's great for narrow edges or narrow areas. If you want to bury bulbs, if you don't have the drill or anything like that to drill the holes, this is the perfect tool to use for that. Also, if you want to transplant smaller plants, you don't want to put if you don't want to damage them, this can really get up under that root and pop it out really easy. This is great for if you have a trench around your landscaping beds. This is great for digging those trenches out and cleaning them out with debris or any type of grass or anything like that. And like I said, you can see where this one has begun to crack a little bit. It's been in the weather, and that's the problem with keeping them, or if they get wet and the sun and all that, they start cracking. Okay guys, so the last tool I'm going to show you as far as shovels this is a large scoop shovel. Basically you're going to use this for mulch, picking up soft materials. What I wouldn't recommend, and I'm going to show you why, is using it for any type of rock, because you'll see right here, this is aluminum, and you can see right here at the top where that has happened and it's just bent it. Okay, so they do make these in a plastic. The only thing with the plastic is that it does dry rot. Okay, so again, keeping this out of the weather will help it to last a lot longer. And they used to make these that's a lot heavier. I have a neighbor down the road that has one, and it's also a D handle, but it was made out of steel, and it was pretty heavy, so you couldn't use it for a long period of time, but it wouldn't bend. You wouldn't have any cracks in it or anything like that like you would in fiberglass. These are some great shovels that you probably need to invest in that'll help you around the yard to help you get these little types of jobs done. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one.